Dear friends, good morning. My name is Kirill Tsoy. I'm the product owner of customer service team. I'm in the city of Syktyvkar. We have not streamed here for quite a while. It's a fine city, and here we're hosting the strategic session of customer support. The entire team is here to do planning and define focus for the upcoming future. I believe this is the best time to tell you about what have been our successes with chat in the last 6 months. So let us begin, let me tell you. For a start, let us rewind. In the end of 2020, I presented at the engineering meeting telling you why we need chat in Dodo and in general in food tech. I gave you the results of the researches telling about our insights and our expectations from text-based support. Briefly speaking, overall, chat in the app is just a convenience. Clients have one more way to interact with us, via the channel that is particularly convenient at the moment. Therefore, in the last 6 months or so, we have defined a few interesting insights. First of all, 40% of clients use the in-app chat. While we have not promoted it whatsoever, clients simply discover it in the contact page and go for it to get some help. I have to tell you that this support now works only in Telegram app, meaning that not every single user can get support right away, but that does not block us from actually having this option and does not stop people from getting in touch with us. Also, we have been able to highlight that about 30% of requests are related to complaints regarding current orders or orders that have just been made. So the chat is particularly important for those people who have just made the order and they're facing some sort of problem. Also, we've been able to highlight that about 65% of the clients who joined the chat for help return with the new order within a month. That is the best figure for all of the other channels of support. For example, for voice, that is only 49%. So customer retention for chat is 65%. But of course, Telegram version of support is not enough. Not everybody installed the app, and there are certain confinements. For example, Dodo IS integration. Dodo IS is our big system that stores everything. Clients, pizza places, orders, everything related to client experience. And unfortunately, Telegram Messenger limits us. We cannot solve the problems as quickly as we want to. For example, if the client writes us from the app, the chat continues. In the Telegram Messenger, we do not know anything about the client. Of course, it takes longer to answer the request and solve the problem. And of course, the clients are not happy about that. Also, unfortunately, within 6 months, we have not been able to integrate decently within Telegram Messenger customer satisfaction score, because we actually do need that metric to understand whether the client is happy or unhappy with support. We tried different things, like polling, for example. And we do realize that certain figures, specifically customer retention and returning customers, are much better for text help. So text support, text help is important. Besides, Telegram Messenger is not that popular internationally, but we want to make our solutions usable in every country where Dodo Brands is present. So we decided that we're gonna be doing our own text-based support. That's why we put together the team. We researched data-based scenarios. We developed a few prototypes, we checked references, we developed a ton of models, adaptations for different countries, we have written tons of code, and today we proudly present you the Dodo Pizza built-in chat, built into the app. This is still a chat where you can get in from the contact page or from the active order page. This cute dinosaur welcomes you at the beginning of the chat. This is the character that we have discovered by looking for joyful characters that would help us to put the customer into a good mood, to make the chat more friendly, to show the client that it's not just communication with the soulless bot. This nice character puts the client into a good mood, and we think it's fun. Not always it has to be super rational. Besides, you probably are curious how it looks like. Let's look at the chat in action. Of course, this is the recording, but I will be telling you about the features in version 1. So, release 1. First and foremost, of course, text messaging, obviously. Standard functionality of any chat. Initially, right away, we've integrated the functionality of double tick so that the client understands that the request is actually being processed. Also, we have added customer satisfaction score. Now we can get all of the info regarding the request. If the client, for example, gives a low score, we can return to the client and ask clarifying questions about what went wrong. Besides, we've added push notifications. If the client writes us and moves to a different app or just stops looking at the phone, the client gets push notifications so that the client can return into the conversation and see the response. Besides, we have integrated the functionality to send messages via image library or camera. That is a standard function for any messenger, but still it's important for our clients because if there's some sort of negative experience, we request for the image to actually see what has happened and solve the problem. Also, there's search within chat, for example, if the client gets help, and that could be the promo code for the discount. It is possible to search it in the chat history, copy the promo code and apply it in the basket. And of course, the chat is cross-device, meaning if the customer switches to a different smartphone but just logs in with credentials, the chat is there. Your entire chat history is there within the app. So the chat is up and running in the number of regions of Russia, but till the end of June we shall launch it nationally. It will be working on both iOS and Android, covering our entire target audience and customer base. And to conclude, let me tell you about our future plans. First and foremost, the new smart bot in the chat answering frequently asked questions. I know everybody hates bots. We want to talk to the person right away. We write operator in the chat to quickly solve the problem. But we shall be using neural networks, and it will be trained based on the applications that we previously received. And besides, chat operators will also be training the neural network. We shall be gradually enhancing it, making it so that our clients will be truly able to see that this is not just a conventional bot that is good for nothing. But there's still a lot of work to do. We shall enhance the chat operator's experience, the experience of the operator that is currently online processing customers' request. Now, there is no integration with Dodo IS in Telegram Messenger, so if chat operator needs to help the client, he or she should enter a number of databases, find the info on the client, see everything, understand the point of the issue, get in touch with the restaurant if necessary, and then solve the problem. That takes an era. So the chat operator should be able to interact easily with the pizza restaurant and solve any problem with the client right away in the operator's chair. And finally, of course, we shall deploy the chat in the number of countries. Now our international partners are requesting and asking when will it be ready. Now the chat works in English. We need to tune it up just a little bit, but in the very near future, this solution will be available in other countries, not only in Russia. So, let me conclude, therefore, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for listening to my message about chat. Let me hand over the floor to Kostya Oganezov. He'll be telling about his average workday and about his R&D team. Morning, you guys. My name is Kostya Oganezov. I'm the leader of the R&D team, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, we'll be telling you about how we're developing the most delicious pizza and more. So let's go. Dear guys, let's roll to the brainstorm. We shall be deciding today what we shall be launching for the New Year's. Yes, the meeting was highly productive with the marketing team and supply chain. Now let us implement it in the kitchen. Marat, it's in the oven, right? Okay, let's roll. Let's taste our direct competitors and see what is happening in the market, what is in the top, and what is delicious out there. We're hosting these sessions again and again, a few times every month. We are actually looking at every category: beverages, pizzas, snacks, soups, etc. Oh, come on, you guys. Let's not wait for the grass to grow. They have the pre-roasted mushrooms. We're using raw, fresh mushrooms. So these mushrooms, as a matter of fact, have a more distinguished aroma. So I believe we should be considering the pre-made mushrooms, pre-roasted mushrooms. Sounds good. The perfect recipes come up as a result of a great number of gastronomic journeys, visits to restaurants, tests, food safaris. It is impossible to invent the recipe sitting in your office or on your couch. Recipe is an ongoing search, and here's what we're doing. You guys, this is very vibrant overall. So here are the first concepts as a result of the brainstorms. Let's go up into the cafe, put together our employees and test what the guys have come up with. Okay, let's open it. Come on, let's go. Oh, here it is, you guys. We have two concepts here. A few exotic ideas. Here you have the Greek concept. Red bell pepper, olives, feta cheese, ham marinated with ginger, and we believe ham should really reveal itself in the mix with a vibrant summer taste. Here's the Asian concept. Ham marinated with ponzu sauce, that is a sort of sour-ish soy sauce. Also we have crushed cucumbers here, soy sprouts and onions. And all of these things is immersing us into the Asia. Also we have peanuts here for a bit of a crunchy taste. Smashing! Dear friends, as a matter of fact, this sounds delicious, but there are so many figures and info behind. Now, we're going to be doing a deep dive into the world of analytics and digitalization. Figures come next. We spend a few hours every day to get deeper into the ingredients with figures. We collect the feedback, correct the recipes, making them actually economically feasible. We use a lot of digital tools for that. After the launch of the pizza, the tool that is particularly important for us is Aaron Digital. That is the tool that allows us to understand whether our clients are actually liking the pizza, what is happening with the product, whether the people enjoy, the clients enjoy the balance of the taste, the fats, what is happening to the cheese, whether pizza is actually visually appealing to our guests. The second most important tool is our measurements. We are actually measuring the costs of the ingredients, we calculate break-even costs, we try to understand digitally whether the pizza is economically feasible. Guys, thank you for spending the morning with the R&D team. I am joining my crew. We're going to be spending this summer day on the rooftop of our office. Peace and love and tasty pizza. Bye-bye.
What a nice video, Kostya. It seems like you have a really interesting life. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Kate Shrinkova. I'm DevRel in charge of events area in Dodo Engineering, and today I'm going to tell you why events are not only about fun, but also about solving different problems and developing ourselves. But first of all, let me just give you some overview on what trends do we have now, what things do we have today. First of all, we are still in a high race with different tech companies from Russia and even abroad for IT specialists of all kinds. Different companies understand that to be successful and remain developing, you need to have a really strong tech part, so everyone needs IT specialists. Secondly, What about our business? We are growing and growing really fast, and the gap between our communication in IT and business is going deeper and deeper, so we need to do something with it. And the last, like Lisa Schwetz likes to say, people believe people. It means that you're likely believe guy that will tell you in person, like me right now, about their job or their projects or whatever. Then you just see some information in advertisement. And why is it all about events? I'm gonna tell you some main things about how events work in our company and what results do we have now. First of all, why do we need events? Of course, it's about fun. It's about gathering and making like really good things together. But also, events is a really cool place to inform each other. When everyone get together, you can tell the main information to everyone at once. Then it's about discussion. You know, it's very important that when you can just come to person and speak and tell your problems or maybe pains and discuss it and understand how you can develop something. And of course, events are about taking yourself out of your working process and like look a little bit above and see what kind of things you've done, how you impact the business, and what can you do next. So let's start with the problems we can solve with these events. First of all, it's about communication. As I told you, now we are growing, and it's very important to be on the same page with our franchisees and between business and IT parts. So for that purpose, we have demo. We have a demo every quarter, and it's an event that has two parts. Firstly, there is a video where every product owner shares the results of their teams and shows the main things they have done, maybe problems they have faced, and all this stuff. And then we have a live conversation between partners, guys from business and IT guys, where they can just come up to some really good ideas and understand how to solve some problems. And this time we had a really good demo, and as you can see now on the slide, we have come up for even 6 different solutions that will drive our business further. But you know, the communication is not always a problem between different parts of business, but sometimes you lack communication even within one team. As I'm talking about Dodo Engineering, here we have Q&A. That's a really cool event where all our C-level team, it's CEO, CTO, CPO, and COO, so many officers, right? They come up and share some presentations on the main things we all have done as a company for this quarter, and main obstacles we face, and maybe the main goals we will have like in future. And then we have this live conversation where every guy can just stand up and ask some questions to everyone and discuss their pains and understand how it's going on. So that's a great thing because we can just make this nice connection between each other and understand each other more. Okay, that was the first problem. What's next? When you're working, sometimes you don't have enough time to have some tests or experiments with your ideas, etc. And for that purpose, we have hackathons. Hackathon is a kind of an event where guys come over for 1 or 2 days. In our case, it was 1 day. And they have several tasks from business, and they are trying to solve this task within this amount of time. So they have about 6 hours to solve the task, to code and whatever, and then they have about like 2 hours to make presentations and then show what they've done. So this time we had a really nice hackathon. We have 5 teams, 13 participants, and all the 5 tasks were very important for business, but you know, they're not on the top of a backlog, and the results were great. Can you imagine that guys managed to solve the problem for 6 hours, and that problem they couldn't make like for more than a year, and that's like wow. And also one of the tasks, one of the solutions will go for production really soon. So that's a great result, and we've made a really good thing for a business. Okay, what's next? Again, when you work and you have a lot of tasks and all the stuff to do, maybe you have lack of feedback. You don't understand what things you're doing good, what things you're doing bad, and how you can develop yourself. For that purpose, first of all, we have Dev Forum. It's a kind of weekly meeting like we have now, but it's not for like all the internet, but it's like for us. And there guys can come with different insights, with ideas or some presentations, but they feel more relaxed just to try on this public speaking. And it's so relaxed, and you just come without a presentation, and that will be fine. So the main thing is that guys can share their knowledge, their experience, and try public speaking, and then may go to some meetups, conferences, and develop all the skills. And also, of course, the last but not the least problem, we have hiring. As I told you before, hiring is a really important thing. And now to hire you, you don't like, you need not only to post your job offer like on Hackathon or LinkedIn or whatever. You need to tell about your brand, your company, your projects, how you work together inside the company. And for that purpose, we have conferences where guys just go and share their experience, tell everyone about our company, and that's a really good thing. And I'd like to tell you some really good results. This year, our Chief Data Officer, Andrei Filipiev, will go to AI Summit in London. That's one of the main events in artificial intelligence sphere. And he will present our company and tell his presentation. So that's a really great result, and we are now going even abroad. So, all in all, you can see that we have kind of a timeline of different events that we have every week, every quarter, every half a year, etc. And also we have this opportunity to go for whatever conference you want, or lecture or meetup, whatever, and you can grow your own community and like come here in the office and make some meetups or whatever. And all this works really good. But I want to tell you something really important, because all this couldn't work without you. My presentation, my job, all these events could not be without you. And every time when you come to me and tell that you want to go for some conference, or you want to make some meetup or other event, that's really great. That's what drives our brand and this area. So thank you so much. And to finish my presentation, I have a little bit of spoiler for you. This summer, we're gonna have a coding day. It's a very interesting event where IT guys come and teach guys from business different technologies. Maybe you want to learn how to code or to understand some data things. So you can just come over to us and tell what kind of things you want to learn, and we're going to make this. So stay tuned, and thank you so much, and have a great week.